It's Patrick Legreed from Halfwheel, and this is the Vector Guardian, a dual flame lighter that the company released in May 2023. Now, when I say dual flame lighter, most of the time I mean a lighter that offers two torch flames, but that's not what the Guardian does. Instead, it offers both a torch flame and a soft flame. Now, the Guardian is a pocket-friendly lighter that measures 2.81 inches tall, 1.7 inches wide, and 0.62 inches thick. It weighs about 3.1 ounces, right in line with most of your typical pocket-friendly lighters, and it's available in 6 colors: gunmetal satin, copper satin, metallic black, gray crackle matte, red lacquer, and this color, metallic blue. Each has an MSRP of $45. Now, in terms of additional features, the Guardian has a fuel window on the back, but there's no punch cutter or other add-ons, while the fuel valve and flame adjuster are on the bottom of the lighter. And as you can see, it is the smaller style that requires a screwdriver or other tool or implement to adjust your flame lighter, as opposed to the larger, sort of easier to turn ones that are on lighters like the Duke and things like that. Now, since there are two styles of flame, there are two ignition mechanisms. They'll both draw from the same fuel tank. And both ignitions are on the top of the lighter, and they work the same way. Now, if you look, you will see two different markings there. One is of a flame, and the other is of arrows or carrots or whatever you want to call that. You also notice that they are two different sizes as well. If you pull back the smaller side that has the image of a flame, you will get the soft flame coming out of the side of the lighter, which is the side that has the larger circular opening right there. And if you pull back the larger side, which has the 3 carrots or arrows or whatever you want to call it on it, you'll get the single jet torch flame, which comes out of the top of the lighter. Now, in my use between the two, the torch flame is the better performer, as it's more consistent in its height, while the soft flame, on the other hand, is good, but the amount of flame varies as I use it. It almost feels like it's being fed too much butane at times and being forced to increase in size to keep up. If it's not that, there might be something off with the regulation of the flame size, or it might just have to do with the butane that's used. Sometimes it feels like if I change butane, it may go up or down and then sort of fluctuate as I'm using it. And it really doesn't matter what the flame adjuster is set to. It still sort of does that same thing. So let's turn off the lights and give you a little bit better look at this. And because the soft flame comes out over here, I'm going to start with the torch, because that side does get a little warm. As you can see, nice, tight, single flame torch. Perfect for your smaller cigars, but certainly capable of handling larger ones as well. Real accurate for touch-up if you need to do that. Very easy to use, and again, you can't adjust it. I think I have this about a third, maybe half the way up. But again, nice solid ignition. You just pull back, give a little butane flowing, and then you get your ignition. And again, using the smaller side, there you see the soft flame. This has been pretty consistent in terms of its flame height, but again, as I notice that if I change settings or change fuels occasionally, it feels like that soft flame grows a little bit. It also suffers the same problems that most soft flames do, which is it's very susceptible to wind or breeze. So I'm about 12 inches away from it. If I just give a little, you can see it goes out. So not great if you're outdoors or in windy areas. But again, a nice, pleasant, soft flame coming out of the Vector Guardian. So let's turn the lights back up for you. Now, in terms of how I have generally used this, I like to get my cigar toasted with the torch generally, and if I'm smoking indoors, I'll generally finish it off with a few puffs from the soft flame. Now, in using it, though, I did wonder if it would have been better to have the torch come out of the side and the soft flame come out of the top. As you notice, the flame is always wanting to turn up, as soft flames do, so why not just save it the trouble and have it come out of the top, whereas torch flames are generally a little bit more linear in how they want to stay. Maybe that would make more sense. I don't know. I don't even know if it's possible, to be honest with you. But it was something I did think about being practical or even possible. Now, my only other gripe with the Guardian is the flame adjuster, as I mentioned, which is down here on the bottom. It is the classic style, as opposed to the larger style. It means you need a screwdriver or some other sort of flat tool to adjust it. But my issue isn't that it didn't work. It's just that it didn't seem to match up with any of my cigar tools. So I had to track down a flathead screwdriver that would fit. I really wish it would have fit with either my Zycar scissors or the little Jetline tool that I have. And in truth, I really wish it had the larger wheel of the Vector Duke, which is another lighter from Vector that offers a soft flame and a torch. It also has a textured body, all at the same $45 price point. I think those are just so much easier to use and really need to become the standard for flame adjusters in lighters. Now, in terms of my lighter usage in general, I lean towards torch lighters as my go-to, if for no other reason that they work in seemingly every condition and they're quick and efficient. While even a single flame offers more flame than needed, damage can still be avoided with careful usage. Whereas soft flames, while they may be more traditional and closer to the romantic thought of lighting a cigar with long matches or cedar spills, also struggle mightily in the wind or even a decent breeze, and they can sort of blow around your cigar, scorching the sides, creating an unevenly lit cigar that isn't terribly pleasant to look at. But that said, if you do consistently go back and forth between a torch and a soft flame, or just like having the option and want to consolidate down to one lighter, the Vector Guardian is certainly worth a look. So thanks for checking out this review of the Vector Guardian. For more coverage of the premium cigar industry, including news, reviews, legislation, and much more, be sure to visit halfwheel.com.